Paul George, who's able to knock down the mid-range. Booker being checked defensively by Leonard. Ayton kind of hesitated.
Yeah, and I think it gets him in trouble sometimes. Once you make up your mind to shoot, then go ahead and execute it, because everybody else is going to react to what you're getting ready to do. Once you make up your mind to shoot, then go ahead and execute it, because everybody else is going to react to what you're getting ready to do.
I said recently, it's as healthy as he has felt in the last 2 seasons. Is Ayton there to tie him up and get the steal? That says the body is feeling 100%. And that's certainly good news for Ty Lue and the Clippers. Good ball movement here, sets up the open shooter in George, who's able to knock down the 3.
Yeah, he's on a mission this year. He seems to carry this team when he does.
Shooting 45% from beyond the arc. Here's Batum on the catch and shoot with a knockdown.
But just in terms of just improving that resume in the win department, that's what he's after.
Suns come out of that timeout, EJ, and that can be pleasing to Monty Williams with a turnover.
Yeah, they got out of it, but their defense stayed strong, and that's what the Suns have to do. When their shots aren't going, they got to continue to defend.
Quick hands of Batum, gets the turnover and sets up the run out for Paul George. Both teams shooting better than 60% here in this opening quarter. Zubac looking for the backdoor cut for George, and Johnson there to take it away.
Jump up and knock down that 10-footer.
Here is Reggie Jackson. Played just 3 minutes there in Salt Lake City and was scoreless, as George able to work himself inside for the high percentage shot. Cameron Payne, Langston Galloway trying to become a member as well. George kind of stumbled. The Clippers an opportunity to get one more bucket here to close out the first. George on a catch and shoot, lets it go and knocks it down to end the first.
Proposition and continue to shoot those threes that well, hoping maybe they can continue that to give the Suns some opportunities to get back in it. Except
George
that
makes
guy.
it 7. Clippers come in number 5 in 3-point shooting offensively. The Suns with a number 2 3-point defense as they turn it over again. George, who had 6 steals on Friday night, comes up with that one, drops it off to Kennard, who will look for the and one.
You know, the 10-point game. See if you can get this thing down to about 10 or 12 before the end of the quarter.
Well, second quarter has been the Suns' quarter thus far through these first 6 games. They are plus 60 with this Clippers team. Also, EJ, is just a little reminder to the Suns. It's like, okay, welcome to being one of the hunted now. Monty's already changed his rotation, but problem is Suns just keep turning the basketball over. That is turnover number 10 and 15 points off of it.
25 in that loss to Utah, but just hung around and made good play after good play. Late in the clock, George picked up by Crowder. Corner 3, my goodness. He is having an out-of-body experience in this first half. 22 for Paul George.
Try to score. He was really trying to protect himself from hitting that floor hard.
Comes off the screen, and he went up for the shot. Zubac.
And hope someone covers him in regards to his man.
Book leans in on George. George pulling for 3. Now 10 of 15 on the night.
George wide open there, understanding the shot clock situation.
Bridges trying to jam him defensively. George with a miss. 17-4 scoring run. If you're going back to the last few minutes of the first half, is Mikal Bridges with the emphatic block, his 9th of the season.
Hand up.
And just a tough bucket right there. Booker hoping to provide some cooling effect defensively. George on the spin inside, gets the contact. Leonard working on Book. Nice defense again by Devin Booker, but the loose ball rebound comes out to George.
He's not missing anything.
Ayton got the tip in, but a bucket nonetheless. 15's the magic number, and Paul George.
Oh my.
Tyrone Lue is reinserted Paul George, trying to stem the tide a little bit here. George comes up short. Booker. The fellas breaking out the Valley gear tonight on the Valley court. As Booker tripped up there by George. If you think back to a couple years ago when the Raptors won that championship, and he was a big reason why, as Booker able to bait George. 14 on the shot clock.
Dario's got to stay at home here.
Paul. George with the step back.
Found. Chris Paul can attack after the overplay by Jackson. Johnson misses, and Paul George secures the loose ball.
I'll tell you what, the second, third, fourth effort,
because he would get a lot of opportunities for three-point.
George once again, and that will be an offensive foul, and Chris Paul has been setting that up.
Into possession on that trip.
George posting on Paul again. Singly covered, spins into a whistle, offensive foul.
Offensive foul, number 13, Paul George.
They've increased their three-point attempts this season from 31 last year to about 37, 38 per game this year. And
this is his time.
George, great defense that time by Cameron Payne. Ayton back on the floor with 5 fouls. George right to the rim. Up ahead to George, can't get the reverse. Ayton clears. Just Monty Williams looks up at the clock, sees it go under 4 minutes. George on the turnaround.
And he hasn't made one since then.
George with a game high 36. Rising up for the deep three over Ayton. Got it. Booker sizing up Batum. Step back, long two, won't get it. DA rebound, put back, yes, and one. On the kick, corner three from Batum, yes.
So give credit to the Clippers in holding the Suns off and getting this done.
Quick three from Bridges, and fouled on the final shot attempt by Paul George.